Dear students, now I am going to explain about the enzymes and its nomenclature, followed by the factors influencing the enzyme action. See, basically, enzymes are enzymes are biocatalysts. 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 That means, see, these enzymes can catalyzes the biochemical reactions which are going to take place in our body, not only body, in vitro as well as in vivo. That means outside the body, inside the body, but ultimately what they will do, they will increases the rate of reaction, just like your organic catalyst. They are also acts as a catalyst, but these enzymes catalyzes the reactions that are takes place in our body. In fact, these enzymes are going to be synthesized in our body, and these enzymes are protein in nature. Most of the enzymes are protein in nature. Of course, each enzyme consists of protein plus non-protein part. Non-protein part. So usually this non-protein part is called coenzyme. Coenzyme. So protein part and non-protein part. This protein part is called apoenzyme. Apoenzyme. So the protein part and non-protein part, these two are essential to behave a full-fledged enzyme. That total full-fledged enzyme is called holoenzyme. Holoenzyme. So each enzyme consists of protein part and non-protein part. Non-protein part usually, if it is organic in nature, then we can call it as coenzyme, and the both are combined together, we can call it as holoenzyme. And essentially most of the biochemical reactions are enzyme catalyzed reactions only. If this non-protein part is made up of inorganic in nature, if it is organic nature, we can call it as coenzyme. If it is inorganic in nature, then we can call it as cofactor. Cofactor. This is briefly about the enzymes. Enzyme means definition of enzyme. Enzymes, as per the definition, enzymes are nothing but biocatalysts. Now, we have so many enzymes are there. How we can able to remember these enzymes? Usually, if you have a group of enzymes are there, or group of data, or group of people are there, in order to remember that, then we can able to give the name to remember that particular and that particular enzyme or whatever it may be. See, but in order to give that particular name, that we usually can call it as nomenclature, we have to follow a criteria based upon a particular character. See, in olden days, see, the recommended names are there. Recommended names. Recommended means names means, for example, if sucrose is going to be catalyzed, to sucrose upon hydrolysis will gives to, you know very well about fructose as well as the glucose, and the name of the enzyme that is going to be catalyzed with this particular reaction is usually called it as sucrase. Usually this particular name is obtained from the name of the substrate, followed by simply adding the suffix ase, sucro plus ase, sucrase. So this is the old nomenclature, old naming system which we are used to. But day by day we have a number of enzymes are there, but always this kind of nomenclature is not applicable. That's why, just like your IUPAC nomenclature is there for organic compounds, here also one nomenclature is there, that is simply we can call it a systemic nomenclature. Systemic nomenclature. So this is just like your IUPAC name, it is developed by International Union of Biochemistry. International Union of Biochemistry. Now, IUB nomenclature system. We can simply call it as IUB nomenclature system. What is meant by IUB? International Union of Biochemistry system. See, as per this system, see, for each and every enzyme, he has given 4-digit number. 4 digits number. So, first digit, and these total enzymes are classified based upon the criteria is the basic criteria he has chosen is the what type of reaction that will undergoes. Okay, he has identified, that means this system has identified 6 basic type of reactions are there. So total enzymes are classified into 6 main classes. So each class can able to catalyze a particular kind of reactions. So the first one, see, let us discuss about what are the 6 classes, because as per IUP nomenclature each enzyme is assigned by 4-digit number. Okay, and in fact this 4-digit number, the first digit denotes what class it belongs to. That means what is the class it belongs to. See, as per the nomenclature, the total enzymes are classified into, that means the main classes, that total enzymes are divided into 6 main classes. Simply we can give a code OTH LIL, so that in order to remember the total 6 main classes, simply we can give one code. O stands for oxidoreductases. T stands for transferases. H stands for hydrolases. L stands for lyases. I stands for isomerases. Another L stands for ligases. So oxidoreductases, transferases is second class. Hydrolases is third class, and lyases is the fourth class, isomerases is the fifth class, and ligases is the sixth class. So these are the 6 main classes. So what is the first class? First class is oxidoreductases. Oxidoreductases means this particular class of enzymes, they can able to catalyze the reaction of oxidation reduction reactions. For example, the best known example is your alcohol is converted into aldehyde. So if alcohol is going to be converted into aldehyde, CH3OH is converted into, for example, C2H5OH. This is ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is converted into acetaldehyde, CH3CHO, acetaldehyde. The name of the enzyme that is going to be catalyzed is usually call it as alcohol dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase. And the cofactor that is required here is NAD plus is converted into NADH. So in fact this is the first class of reaction. This is the example for first class reaction. That means why we can call it as oxidation reduction reaction, because alcohol it can lose its hydrogens so that it is converted into aldehyde. So if any reaction it is going to lose its hydrogen, usually can call it as oxidation reaction. Now here also this is a oxidation reduction. That means if the alcohol is going to be get oxidized, something has to be reduced. The reduced species here is NAD plus, is converted into NADH. So oxidized species alcohol, reduced species is your NAD plus. So that's why it is belongs to the class 1. Okay, and the first digit of this number is first class 1. And this, what is the second digit? Second digit, for example, for this particular alcohol dehydrogenase, the enzyme name we have to given is 1.1.1.1. So the first digit will tells us that which class it belongs to. What about second digit? Second digit. So second digit will tells us that second digit is usually called as subclass. What it will tells us that is which functional group. Okay, second digit will tells us, okay, which functional group is going to be altered. Which functional group is going to be altered. See here, the alcohol group is going to be altered. So whenever alcohol group is going to be converted into something else, then we can call it, give it as number 1 for the subclass. Then what about third digit? Third digit. So third digit will tells us that, okay, it is known, simply call it as subclass, which will tells us that, which will, okay, tells us which cofactor is involved, in the reaction, So first digit will tells us that the class. Second digit, class means out of the 6 main classes, it may be any one class. Then the second digit will tells us that which functional group is going to be converted. Then third digit will tells us that which cofactor is going to be involved. And fourth digit, this is the last digit, fourth digit will tells us that, okay, this is simply, we can call it as, fourth digit is the serial number. So that is serial number in that class. We simply call it as specific number for that one, specific number. So initially, by observing this kind of nomenclature, we may be getting a lot of confused, but by time being, we can able to learn, we can able to understand this kind of nomenclature without any kind of ambiguity. And usually 1.1.1.1.1 is specifically reserved for the alcohol dehydrogenase. For example, I can able to quote another example so that you can able to realize. For example, if I code 1.3, so definitely, no doubt, this is belongs to oxidation reduction, but second digit, what it will tells us, number 4. That means some other functional group is going to be involved. And third will, again, 1 will tells us that the cofactor is, no doubt, here is NAD plus. The fourth digit, if it is 4, the functional group that is going to be involved is NH2 group. And first digit is, no doubt, it is oxidoreductase. And the serial number in that series is number 3. Usually, this example is, what is the name of this reaction here? The glutamate. So that means your glutamate is converted into alpha ketoglutarate. See, your glutamic acid, glutarate means glutamic acid is simply converted into alpha ketoglutarate. Again, the cofactor, that is glutamate, means what is its structure? It is simplest amino acid CH3, sorry, uh, okay, CHNH2, CH2, 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 CHNH2, COOH. Sorry, here this is COOH. So glutamic acid, once again, this terminal is not how, this is CO, okay, simply COOH. So this is glutamic acid, and alpha ketoglutarate is, then again it is not disturbing the COOH group, CH2, C double bond O, COOH. This is alpha ketoglutarate. Now here the amino group is going to be converted into keto group. So that's why the second digit is going to be changed. Which functional group here involved? It is, okay, NH2 group. That's why the digit will fourth. Now your cofactor is NAD plus is converted into NADH plus H plus. So, and obviously the name of this enzyme here, it is the name of this enzyme is glutamic acid dehydrogenase. Glutamic acid glutamate dehydrogenase. So the serial number in this oxidation reduction series, the name of this enzyme is, the number is 1.4.1.3. So because the serial number in the oxidation reactions, the name is glutamate dehydrogenase. Like this, for each and every enzyme there is a 4-digit number is there as per the IUB nomenclature. Now remember students, how many classes are there? 6 main classes are there: oxidoreductases, transferases, hydrolases, lyases, isomerases, ligases. Let's have a discussion about other classes. Transferases means simple transferases. Let's have a look about the what is meant by transferases, what class it belongs to. Transferases. So transferases means simply this kind of enzymes are catalyzing the transfer of a particular group. Simply transfer of particular group from one substrate to the another substrate, from substrate to the product, in other words, to substrate to product. See, the best example here is, so many transferase enzymes are there. Simple is your acetyl CoA plus choline is converted into, okay, coenzyme A plus orthoacetylcholine. Simply the acyl transferases is the enzyme. Acyl transferase. See, acetyl CoA choline. See, simply CoA is going to be, okay, acetyl group is going to be transferred to the choline. So orthoacetylcholine, simply this group is going to be transferred to this place. That's why this is known as acyl transferases. Right, let's see, this is a transferase enzyme. Of course, for this acyl transferases, the name is 2.3.1.6, like that. Then I would like to tell you one simple and very popular example. You know that simply your hexose means your glucose. Your glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. You know, this is very, very popular reaction. Hexokinase or whatever it may be, it is a glucokinase, say for example. And say glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. This is in fact the first reaction of your glycolysis. Then this is a best example for the transferases, but here your ATP is converted into ADP. And at the same time, what is its numbering for this enzyme is 2.7.1.1. That means 2 stands for, it is belongs to the transferase, 7 stands for the alcohol group is going to be involved. See here, glucose is converted into glucose 6 phosphate. See here, CH2OH group is going to be involved. Then the name of the coenzyme, now name of the coenzyme, say for example, the co is going to be involved ATP, that's why you are number 1, and finally the serial number here it is 1. So in the oxidoreductases, right now, then another class is your hydrolases. Hydrolases. See, hydrolases example. The main definition for this hydrolysis: these enzymes are simply catalyzing the hydrolysis of any functional group in the presence of water. Hydrolysis of substrate in the presence of water. See, best example here is your acetyl CoA is converted into acetic acid and choline in the presence of water. Water is mandatory. This is the name of this enzyme is called pseudocholinesterase, and this is the name of the enzyme is pseudocholinesterase, and here the number is 3.1.1.8. Then after this hydrolysis we have liases are again these are catalyzes the removal of some functional group from the substrate. See what they are catalyzes the substrate with separation of some group. This looks like similarly to that hydrolysis, but here we are not supposed to use the water molecule. Lysis means is simply breakdown of your complex molecule into simplest one. For example, your fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is converted into dihydroxyacetone phosphate plus your glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. You know very well about it. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Now here this is also one of the popular reaction in your glycolysis, fructose 1, and the name of the enzyme here it is aldolase. And for this usually the number we have to given is 4.1.2.7. Simply your complex molecule is converted into two simplest molecule without using the water molecule. Then the next one is isomerases. You know very well. Isomerase is very simple. See, these kind of enzymes are converting one isomer into another isomer. Converting one isomer into another isomer. So that means one isomer into another isomer. For example, here also I would like to tell you one simple example. Your dihydroxyacetone phosphate plus is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. And vice versa. DHAP is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the presence of triose phosphate isomerase. You know very well about it. DHAP is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. You know, this is a very popular reaction which we have observed in the case of glycolysis reaction. And here this is the number is 5.3.1.1. So this is that means one isomer is converted into here. Basically dihydroxyacetone phosphate is a ketone. This is converted into aldehyde. Then Next one is the ligases. Ligases means quietly opposite of your liases. The liases are breakdown of your molecule, substrate into two molecules. Ligases, what they are? They are combining two simplest molecule into complex molecule. That's all. Ligases means combining together. So the enzymes that are okay, these enzymes, they are catalyzing the linking together two compounds. They are catalyzing linking together two compounds by completing two compounds, of course sometimes by coupling to the breakdown of phosphate. For example, I would like to tell you one very popular reaction, so that you can easily understand. Of course, glutamic acid is combined with ammonia in the presence of ATP. What we should get is ADP plus, of course, ATP is converted into ADP, okay, and what we should get is glutamine. So glutamic acid and ammonia both are combined together in the presence of ATP, and what we should get is glutamine. In fact, this is one of the reaction in the urea cycle, and the name of this enzyme here is glutamine synthase. Of course, the number for this particular enzyme here is 6.3.1.2. So this is about the nomenclature of the enzymes. So definition and nomenclature. See, recommended nomenclature is there, systemic nomenclature is there, but recommended nomenclature is not applicable in all cases. So that's why we have developed the systemic nomenclature, that what we can call it as IUP nomenclature. As per IUP nomenclature, we have a 4-digit numbers are there. First digit will tells us that what class it belongs to, second digit is subclass, third digit is subclass, and fourth digit is what serial number it belongs to in that particular class. That's all. So this is about the definition and nomenclature, students. In the next video, I used to send what are the factors that are influencing the enzyme action.